What's up, guys and gals, and welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today in the world of indie games, apparently I'm unlocking things. This game is called Dungeon Deathball. If you've never seen Dungeon Deathball before, this is kind of like a hybrid mashup of something like Into the Breach, but also kind of Blood Bowl or like Mutant League. This is a hyper-violent blood sport game that's all about position, all about attacking and knowing when to fall back and when to hit the enemy hard. It has permadeath. When things die, they are dead for good, including your teammates. And so anyways, this game is kind of like Blood Bowl, I guess, if Blood Bowl was fun. Nah, I'm just kidding. I enjoy Blood Bowl, but only when my season is going well. Like, that's really that's always the trap with Blood Bowl, is that, like, you start a Blood Bowl season with your friends, and you know there's going to be one guy that gets stomped out, like, in the first couple games and loses, like, half of his team, and then he just has to sit there and be bored while everybody else plays. Like, that's always the risk to Blood Bowl. And so anyways, that's why I'm usually a little bit nervous about playing Blood Bowl. Dungeon Deathball is like that, but a lot more accelerated. It's a roguelike. It is bloody. It is clearly delineated. It is very well designed. It is very fun. And so we're going to dive in and play for about 25-30 minutes today and see if it's something you wanted to add to your wish list or otherwise pass on. If after watching this video you did indeed want to get the game for yourself, I have a link for you down below in the description. You can check it out down there, and then on top of that, you'll also find a link to my Discord, and you'll also find a link to my Twitch stream, just in case you wanted to hang out live and come ask me questions about anything that's on the channel, pick my brain a little bit, or just hang out and chat. That's what those places are for. So let's go ahead and start a new game. We'll go on normal mode, and then we have to pick our team. So we've got the Naymaker, or the Haymaker. Sorry, it looks like an N to me, but it's actually like an H, I think. I don't know, it might be the Naymakers. I'm not really too sure, but there's a number of teams that you can pick and choose between. As you complete the game with the teams, you will unlock keys, and those keys are used to unlock other teams, although some of these guys, they're going to require you to kind of like do certain things. This game has weaponized achievements. What I mean by that is that the achievements actually actively unlock things inside the context of the game, so you are going to have to play a little bit differently sometimes in order to unlock some of these teams. Like, you're going to have to jumpsuit through some hoops. You don't get to just like pay for it. You got to pay for it, and then you also got to do the thing. So like for the Warriors, we've got to kill 100 enemies in order to unlock them, on top of also having 4 keys, which you get as a currency for playing the game. The hodgepodge is pretty good, man. I like the hodgepodge. They're pretty good, but I've unlocked everything with them. The bolters, they can run and fight, but carrying the ball is their weak point. Okay. I think I can live with that. Attacks charge in a straight line, cost +1 stamina per tile. Gotcha. Let's try them out. The bolters, I guess. And then we'll just begin our Deathball League. The basic storyline of this game is that an evil dungeon overlord monster has kidnapped you from your village, and he's converted you into a slave to play a game called Dungeon Deathball for his pleasure. But if you win the entire season, like you go to like the Dungeon Deathball Super Bowl, you get released. And so anyways, the game has lots of cutscenes and stuff to show that off. For whatever reason, it doesn't play at the beginning of every single run. And so, like, I'd show it to you, but then I'd have to go back and, you know, go to the menu and stuff. And then we're not playing the game. We have Helen and we have Leon. I would like my runner to have the ball. I don't think that my runner can pass. I think, oh, my runner can pass. Okay, sounds good. Let's go ahead and move over to here and grab the crystal. The basic goal of the game is to get any member of your team across the goal line. It doesn't matter if they have the ball or not. The ball is kind of like tertiary to whether or not you win. If anybody crosses the goal line, you have won the level, you get money, you get upgrades. The game does have kind of like RPG mechanics in there where you can upgrade people's stats and perks and things like that to make them stronger. And you will need to do that if you want to be competitive in any respect. And so just kind of keep that in mind as you're playing. I'm going to need to stun that plant right there, otherwise we ain't getting nothing done here. You go ahead and rest. Your characters have stamina and they have AP. AP is how many actions you can take per turn. Stamina is basically what every action costs. And we killed off the plant right there. That's really, really good. We're going to need to run, though, here before too long. So I'll probably split them up like so. And we'll have them basically split up by lanes here. And whoever they decide to focus on, that's who we're going to not... That's basically, we're going to pass the ball away from whoever gets focused on. All right, so you're moving down to there. We'll pass the ball over to you. Step forward, and we should have a big old sloppy dub right here. I could get that other crystal, I think. Yeah, let's do it. Let's get the crystal. The extra money will help out when we complete the job. So we weren't below par, but we did get all the gems. We got 65 bucks right there, and we got an A rating. Not too bad. The rating basically determines how much score and how much money you get. We can't afford anything right now, so we're not going to be able to buy anything. We do want to level up the brawler first, more than likely. And honestly, this guy's not bad at brawling. He's got 2 pips. So we've got options. We've got things we can potentially do here. But for right now, we are very, very wispy. We are very wiry, and we are not good at brawling with the enemy, so we're going to want to avoid it. And we're going to kind of want to run, like, aggressive passing plays. But sometimes the map layout, it's procedural, so, like, sometimes you just don't really get a lot of good options for what you want to do. I'm going to go ahead and move people around. We're going to start looking for openings here. Unfortunately, they got a pretty solid grid going. Alright. Well, the first most obvious choice is to kill that guy with the spike pit. So that's what we'll do. Spikes always go off. You can see like a list of how this runs up here. Players go, then hazards go, then monsters go. And then on top of that, you can also look at the action order right there, and it'll tell you exactly in the monsters ranks who goes first. So that if you're trying to set up like a chain reaction of people killing and stunning each other, that is an option that's available to you. Let's go ahead and step up and step down. That guy's now dead from the spike pit, so that's going to make our life a little bit easier. In a beautiful world, what I would like to do here is I would like to knock the plant backwards into the spike pit so that we don't have to deal with the plant. The plant is like half a character, half a booby trap. Okay, she's already gotten by. You go ahead and move up. I think we've got an opening for a passing play right here. We're not going to be able to get that bottom crystal if we run it like this. But I do think that this is our play. Yeah. Go ahead and pass it. There we go. It's been moved over. Fall back. Don't get killed, please. We do get graded on our score based on how long our guys live, and they lose all their upgrades and everything if you have to replace them in between rounds. So try not to lose guys. Losing guys is not going to work out well for you in the long term whatsoever. Losing a guy basically sets you back by like a round or two and makes the game much harder. And so try not to do it if you can. One hit kills you in this game, so that's something to keep in mind. I'd like to have a little bit of brawling capacity. Yeah, let's go strength and stamina right there. So 1 more point of stamina and 1 more point of strength. We're hitting for 2s now. That's fine. That'll work. I think that's a good configuration of our stats. Other things to be aware of, you can take modifiers at the beginning of the map if you want to. I'll show you what that looks like in just a second once the evil overlord has like showed everybody in the audience his pit stains. You can take like a flashball. You get less points if you play with the flashball, but the flashball makes it so that like if you throw it at somebody, it stuns them for even longer. You've got the standard ball. It's got no benefit. It's got no downside. You've got the dull ball right here. I actually don't know what that does, but it makes the game harder, so you get more points and you get more money if you play with that. It really depends on what your strategy is. As the game gets longer and the game gets harder, you are going to have to brawl a lot more, and so taking this is going to get a lot riskier. I recommend you take it in the early game rather than the late game if you're trying to score some points. Okay. Let's take a look and see what we got going on here. Bit of a rough map because we've got plants blocking off about half of our movement points. And they've got 2 goalies. So we do have things to think about here. Let's play this one slow. We've got 12 turns to mess around with before we're at par. Like, you don't have to come in under par in order to win, but it helps with your score. And then on top of that, once you get a couple of rounds past par, the Dungeon Master is going to summon lightning that's going to start killing everybody from the left to the right. And so, like, it has this tendency to kind of escalate, I guess. I'm going to grab all these crystals right here because I want them. We're going to go ahead and take care of him real fast so that there's one less enemy on the battlefield. He's moved up to there. That's perfectly fine. He's attacking the rock. What is your hit cost? I don't know if we can attack for 4 AP. I can't attack for 4 AP. So I can push him back. He takes 2 damage. This guy right here is going to attack for 4 damage, which should take him out. We're going to double rest right here. Actually, we don't need to double rest. We can single rest. Okay, he knocked the rock back. That's fine. Wait, did he not get knocked back? Or was there 3 of them over here? I gotta go back and watch the replay, I guess. I don't exactly know what happened. They're starting to get us bunched up, though, which worries me. Those guys only have 1 HP. This is taking longer than I want it to take. We should be okay. Move up to there. Knock him back. That's a kill. Well, assuming the action order. Oh, they act late. That's what went wrong. Okay, well, you kick off. You kill off your aggressor then. Yikes, this is going to take forever. Those plants are the problem. So really based on the procedural generation, sometimes you'll get something like 2 rocks right here and 2 plants right here, which forces you to come around and do something like that or break the rocks. And it's just very, very time intensive. You go ahead and get a double rest on in so we can decide what we want you to do. I'm going to move to there and we're going to rest. I have a plan. I don't know if the plan is going to work great. Yeah, I think it has to be through here. But it's hard to say how successful that's going to be. You come around behind. You rest for a minute. We've got most of the enemies eliminated. He's got 8 health. Okay, well, either way, I need him to piss off. Can do that to stun you. And basically, I'm going to run a decoy play right here. I'm going to try to get everybody right here to focus on this guy since the ball is closest. And then we're going to run a passing play into the end zone, I think. I don't really know what any of our other options would look like. But this is very, very risky right now. Like, this could really backfire on me. I need that plant to die. So I'm going to kill that plant. I need her stamina to be very, very high. Otherwise, this is going to fall apart. Next turn, she should be able to blast through that guy right there. I'm going to try to have the bottom dude bait a swing, throw the pass over to that side, and then we'll be okay. But we're going to come in like just under par. Yep, run the pass. And we should be wide open. Woo! Okay, that one got a little bit sketchy. We got that one right at the 5-yard line. We were running out of time. That clock was ticking down a little bit aggressively. Wasn't sure if we were going to be able to put anything together in like a meaningful amount of time, but we done did it. Okay, so with what we have left over here, I think we'll go for a strength on Leon and another stamina on our brawler. I'd like to get her to a point where she can attack twice in a turn. There's a key right there, so we've unlocked one of the keys for playing this team. All right, let's see what they got for us on the 4th mission. I think there's going to be a giant monkey man on this one. There's like these big Yeti dudes that are a huge pain in the ween. I hate them, but like, we seem to be okay. This is going to be a little bit messy. Oh, that's such a risky play, but it kills him on the first turn. It's so risky, but I kind of like it. Do it. Let's live on the edge. What's the worst that can happen? We'll recover the ball in the next turn. He's moving away anyways, and so I'm not really that worried about it. If I can break down one of these rocks, that would be great. There we go. We've killed one nice and early. That's what I like to see. If I can break one of these rocks, that would be great too. So I'm going to knock the rock into his attack so that one of the rocks is gone, and this thoroughfare gets a little bit easier to traverse. Okay, he broke the rock. Now we just got to find a path and sneak through these dudes. they're both moving downwards. I think this actually works. We've got a passing play here. I think we'll be all right. Yep, run the pass. Move up to here. There it is. The play is won. We didn't get all the crystals, but man, we breezed through that level. That level had nothing to show us. We came in under par, smelling like roses. That's what I like to see. We only made $118, which is a bit of a downer. So I guess I'll sit on my money for a little bit. I mean, technically I could level up Leon's stamina twice, but I'd like to save for an attack power upgrade. I'd like to have both of them at least 3 damage pretty soon. That way they can like focus fire on somebody and really take down like a big threat as the game goes along. Okay, how we looking? That's not too bad. That's not too bad. We can make that work. It's wide open. Like, and honestly, that's all you really need to look for. Like, if these rocks had been like that right there with them like adjacent to each other vertically, poof, we'd be in a bad situation, but luckily that hath not been the case. You set up right there. I'm going to set up a trap for this guy. Oh, I could have knocked him into the spikes, dude. I could have got an early kill, but then this guy would have retrieved the ball, so like, eh. You can do 3 damage right there. A shot takes 5 stam. Okay. Well, then we'll just booty bump you over to there. I'll probably keep him moving up a little bit. Yeah, looking at it, I think we just got to slow play this a little bit. Go ahead and keep your stamina up. Go ahead and keep your stamina up. There's no telling quite how this is going to go, and so I'd like to have optiones if this whole thing starts falling apart. Yeah, go ahead and bump him back into the other guy's attack. That's one dude off the battlefield. And then step back because he's about to do something over here. Go ahead and deck him and then step forward. I don't like having my guys separated like this. But one guy's about to die, so I feel like we're kind... Oh, they're out of order. Awesome. Okay. Well then, life just got more complicated. You go ahead and rest up. I'm going to have you right there because he's going to move to there. That means I can move her to there and I can deal with whatever major situation arises here. Yeah, pretty much exactly like that. Exactly. They're really stalling me out here. This is unfortunate. I do wish that if they charged into a wall, you got like a stun or some kind of additive effect. All right, you start running. We're going to get you downfield. We're going to run a passing play here. He's going to set up, basically the goalie always sets up to whatever lane the ball carrier is on, in case you were wondering how that goes. You go up to there. Go ahead and give me a rest. Okay, you're up to right there. Pass the ball, step back, and just let this thing happen. Here we go. Hit him with the funky chicken. We're in the end zone. The crowd goes wild. You got to do a celebratory end zone dance. That's like sportsmanship 101. Is you got to like, the NFL has really sucked. Like, I don't know, like, the NFL has gotten worse since you're not allowed to, like, celebrate or whatever anymore. Like, did they ever change that rule? It's been a long time since I watched football, but I quit watching football around the time they tried to suck all the character and fun out of the game. Like, I liked the time period where, like, all of the players had, like, their own dance they would do whenever they would score. Like, everybody had, like, their own branded dance, and so you could, like, recognize You know, that somebody had scored because they were like doing their dance and the camera would zoom in. Like, I miss those days. Those were the good days of football. Back when the game had character and still remembered that it's a children's game being played professionally and that it's supposed to be fun. This one's gonna be funsies. This guy right here is the most terrifying mob in the entire game. He can move about that far and kill everything in a row, and he can do it every single turn with no cooldown. As far as I've seen, anyways. It is problematic. When I lose characters, it's almost universally in a game because of this guy, because the AI can set up traps like 4 tiles out that you'll just never see coming unless you stare at it for a long time. Like, there are positive solutions here, and there are stuff that we can pull off. Let's go ahead and bring everybody into the grid. We just got to kind of look for openings, but yeah, I thought, for whatever reason, I was thinking in my head it was going to stun the lizard. I don't know why I had that in my head, because, like, I've played the game enough now to know that it's not going to stun the wizard, or it's not going to stun the lizard when I do that. But for some reason, that's what I was thinking in my head noodle. Let's not get overly aggressive right here. We've got the blocks out of the way. That's great. What's he doing? Kind of hard to tell what the monkey's doing. You double rest for me, because I got a feeling something's going to happen here that I can use. You move back to there and rest. We'll just stall for a minute. I was going to say, there's a play here. And I like the smell of that play. You can go ahead and move that block, I guess. We'll start breaking that rock so that we've got like a wide open area to maneuver. There's 3 monsters down. Okay, good. We've got monsters going down. They're dying. They're not feeling so good. I prefer to keep it that way. She's going to need a restful turn before this gets any better. I wonder if I throw the ball and it lands on the spikes, if one of their guys will spend their time trying to get to it, and then he'll step on it and get spiked every single time until all the enemies are dead, and then I can use a double turn, which none of the enemies get, to run across and get the ball back. I'm sort of wondering if you can set a ball trap by putting a ball in the middle of the spikes, but I'm also kind of worried that the ball will break. Alright, we can do this. We just got to avoid Big Monkey Man. He's a problem. He's an issue. Okay, we'll move over to there. Punch that block out of the way. Move over to here. Both my guys are gassed, though, so we're, like, kind of limited on what we can do on the next turn. Okay, so he's charging through. We'll go to right there. Rest right here for a second. I think we are going to have to run a passing play no matter what we do, because the grid is very thick. This is also kind of a risky situation. Yeah, you can move to right there. You wait one more turn. I mean, I guess technically I could stun this guy, but I don't know what utility that would provide me for actually getting across the end zone. That would put the ball in the middle of the spike pit, and we could test the theory. Let's try it. I want to see what happens if the turn starts with the ball in the middle of the spikes. Nothing. The ball's fine. Okay. This is going to be mayhem in this center lane. So I strongly suggest we get to stepping. And then what we're going to do here is we're going to try to split it up a little bit. Okay, he's going to spear stab. That's going to stun him, so we're good there. We've got Big Monkey Man eliminated from the equation right now as far as the game is concerned. We're going to rest right there. We're going to shoot to knock him back. We'll automatically retrieve the ball. And I'm going to see if a passing play works right here. If a passing play gets us into the end zone, then, hey, there it is. All right. That one was a little sketchy. That one was a tiny bit scribbly for a little bit. That one was like, it was kind of touch and go. I didn't know if we were going to make it or if we were going to pull it off. Like, I didn't want to be negative and be like, we're doomed, we're dying, everything is falling apart. But, like, I'd be lying if I said that I wasn't, like, a little bit scared. Okay, so we got 2 guys that attack for 3 now, and stamina is slowly creeping upwards. So that should make things a little bit less sketchy as we get into the further fights. But really, like, this is one of those games where you can't dedicate too much to a singular strategy. In the case that you do, like, if you dedicate to brawling nonstop, you tend to get punished. If you try to run too aggressively, you tend to get punished. Like, you really need to kind of alternate between the 2 strategies, basically getting the easy kills where you can to eliminate numbers on the board, and then for what you can't kill easily, you just move around it. Okay, a little hairy over here. Little tiny bit hairy over here. We'll go for a double move right there. This is like a gimme map, though. This is only like a 3x6, so I think we'll be okay. All right, looks good. Go ahead and rest up. I think it's kind of creepy, man. That thing's got, like, sort of a vibe that, like, if I saw it under my bed at 4 in the morning, I don't know if I would be all right with that. All right, we'll pass the rock. Possible she might get got. All right, bro. Your job is to run only right now. You go get that crystal so that at least we get a better paycheck. He stunned him, so that's good. At least little things are working out for us. The goaltender's going to move to this side, and then we're going to be able to just go around and grab that other crystal. The first one in any, like, matchup tends to be, like, because they're set in series of, like, what, 3? And so anyways, like, 1-1, 2-1, 3-1, they tend to be very, very easy by comparison to, like, the ones that come later. But yeah, this is Dungeon Deathball. I hope you guys liked it. My thoughts about the game are actually pretty simple. This is a remarkably tight little strategy game that is a lot of fun to play. If you are into the Breach style games and you wanted that with a crossover of like Mutant League or Blood Bowl, that's kind of what this game excels at. That's like exactly what this game is. And it's got progression, it's got unlocks, it's got all those roguelike mechanics on in there. The sound design is good. I love the soundtrack. It's fantastic with the chiptunes going back for kind of the nostalgia angle. I love the character design. I think everything looks really, really rad. I don't really have any complaints about the game. It seems to be a game that is designed very, very well from the top to the bottom. Some people may not like some people may not love the sports ball aspect of it, but, you know, I grew up playing sports. I come from a very athletic family, and so, you know, with stuff like this, I tend to get into it. Like, the fact that it's about sports ball doesn't tend to bother me. Anyways, my name is Splattercat. Thank you for stopping on in. I will catch you all in the next video. Thank you for hanging out and being my friend. I'll see y'all later. Bye, everybody.